August 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 3 days, just 72 hours. But inside these 3 days, there is a mirror, a sharp, cold mirror that doesn't lie. It shows exactly who you are, not who you say you are, not what you post online, not the dreams you talk about at night. No, it shows what you're doing when no one is watching, when it's uncomfortable, when it's boring, when it's hard. That mirror is coming, and it's arriving in the form of August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Many people will pass through these days like they pass through every other week, blind, distracted, full of excuses. They will say things like, I'll start tomorrow. They will say, I don't feel like it today. They will say, I'm too tired. And those words, one by one, will stack up like bricks until they build the wall that keeps them exactly where they are. And you will wonder why nothing is changing, but not you. Not if you choose. These 3 days are not here to punish you. They are here to wake you up. You say you want a new life. You say you want growth. You say you want strength, clarity, and transformation. Then show it, not with words, with action. Show it through discipline, through focus, through consistency in August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's the test. That's the entrance to the next level. Most people don't understand that small windows of time can create massive momentum. They think change needs years. It doesn't. It needs intention. It needs full presence. It needs you to stop negotiating with laziness. These 72 hours are your chance to stand up and say, I'm done being stuck. I'm done doubting myself. I'm done hiding behind delay. You either take control or the clock does. You either shape your days or the days shape you. That's it. August 2nd will come. You will open your eyes. And in that moment, the world will ask you, who are you today? Will you move or will you stay stuck? Will you rise or will you shrink back into old patterns? It won't be dramatic. It won't be loud. It will be quiet. It will happen in silence. Your decisions, your thoughts, your movements, they will either bring you closer or push you further from who you want to become. Every hour matters. Every distraction you give into is a piece of potential lost. And every time you say yes to focus, to self-discipline, to action, you win. Not against the world, but against your own limits. Then August 3rd arrives, the second wave. And here's the thing about this day. This is where most people fall because they feel the resistance, the soreness, the boredom. They want to quit. And quitting doesn't show up as a big decision. It shows up as, I'll skip today. It shows up as one day won't matter. That lie, that one small lie, is how average is built. You want to be different? Then stay in the fire. Stay in the practice. Keep going when your mind tells you to stop. The growth isn't in the motivation. It's in the repetition. It's in pushing through the fog. Day 2 is for warriors. Then comes August 4th. The final day of this window. And by now, you feel it. You feel the edge you've built, the clarity you've started to touch. But don't get comfortable. Finish strong. Finish like someone who refuses to settle. The way you close this 72-hour window will echo into the rest of August. If you end it with power, with drive, with control, then that becomes your momentum. That becomes your standard. The next time life tests you, you will remember, I made it through those 3 days and I became someone new. But none of this will happen by chance. It won't come from inspiration. It won't come from watching one more video. It comes from you, from the decision you make on August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. These are not just days. These are decisions. You're either becoming stronger or weaker, more focused or more distracted. Every choice you make during this window reflects the direction of your life. So take it seriously. Make it sacred. Treat each morning like a new challenge. Start the day with intention. Focus your mind. Train your body. Control your time. Don't waste energy on things that do not build you. Cut them off. Say no. Protect your space like your future depends on it. Because it does. You've been stuck before. You've seen what delay feels like. Don't go back there. These days can be the break in the cycle. And when the evening comes, look in the mirror again. Ask yourself, honestly, did I move forward today? Did I act like someone who truly wants to grow? Not perfect, just present, just engaged, just in control. And if the answer is yes, then you have already started the change. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Remember them. Not as just another 2 hours, but as the turning point, the chapter where you stopped talking about potential and started proving it. It's time. The next 72 hours are not random. They are not ordinary. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are a doorway. Either you walk through it with awareness or you stand still while time moves without you. These 3 days hold weight, not because of what will happen outside you, but because of what can happen inside you. If you ignore them, they become just another blur. But if you lock in, they become the foundation of your mental strength for the rest of this month. Everything starts with rhythm. Momentum is not built in a year. It's built in moments. These next 3 days are not just about doing more. They are about the deciding who you are going to be this August. As you have 72 hours to reset your pace, to reshape your internal dialogue, to take full control of your focus. That's what this window is, an invitation to set the tone for everything that follows. August 2nd, you wake up and already a decision is waiting for you. Will you scroll through distractions or will you step forward with purpose? This is not about motivation. It's about order. The world pulls your attention in every direction. But you must remember, thus your focus decides your results. Thus, what you do on the morning of August 2nd tells your mind what matters. If you hesitate, your habits will decide for you, and they usually choose comfort, not growth. Don't let comfort run this month. Take August 2nd and plant your flag. Wake up with clarity. Move with discipline. Cut off everything that drains your energy. This is the day where you either start the engine or let it rust for another week. And once the tone is weak, the rest of the month follows that weakness. Don't allow that. Take control early. Then comes August 3rd, the test. You started strong, but now comes the resistance. Your body will want ease. Your mind will look for escape. Excuses will whisper. You've done enough. That's the trap. That's the trap. Day 2 is where the internal fight begins. It's no longer exciting. It's now about endurance. But this is exactly where strength is born. It's not about doing what's easy. It's about doing what's right, even when you're tired, even when no one is watching. This day is powerful because if you stay locked in on August 3rd, something shifts. You prove to yourself that you can be consistent. You show your own mind that you follow through. That's what builds identity, not grand gestures, not once a month effort, but back to back clarity. If you show up again, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, then your mind begins to understand this is who I am now. That's how you change your life. Then August 4th arrives. It's not the finish line. It's the launch pad. This is where you lock in the frequency you've been tuning into. 3 days, 3 chapters. Now you close the loop. You close it strong. No rushing. No breaking the focus early. You treat this day with as much intensity and care as the first. Because if you finish weak, you send the wrong message to your own mind. But if you finish strong, you send a signal that will echo through the next 27 days. These 3 days are your manual reset. Use them to clean the mess in your schedule. Use them to sharpen your mind. Use them to break the laziness that's been whispering too loudly lately. This is not about being extreme. It's about being awake. If you keep living the same way, you will keep getting the same results. You want a new August, then build it on August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's that simple. This is not philosophy. It's reality. You either act with urgency or you sink into another lazy cycle of next week. You don't need more time. You need more direction. You don't need more information. You need more execution. That's the difference between those who rise and those who repeat action. Consistency, precision. These next 72 hours are your time to practice those things. Forget about goals for a moment. Just focus on rhythm. Set your alarm. Cut distractions. Move your body. Create your order. That's what these days demand from you. You might be tired, you might be unsure, but that doesn't matter now. What matters is what you do when the mind wants to quit. Can you still move? Can you still focus? Can you still keep your word to yourself? If yes, then you're not just setting the tone for August, you're setting the tone for a new life. All it takes is 3 days of control, 3 days of intention, 3 days where you refuse to be average. So here's your task: treat August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as sacred. No wasted hours, no pointless scrolling, no waiting for a sign. The sign is this moment. Use it. Take these days seriously. Lock in. Push forward. Because the version of you that rises in August will not be built by accident. It will be built through structure, through pain, through mental fire. These 72 hours are the spark. Everything else will follow. August 2nd, 3rd, 4th. These dates will come and go. The question is, who will stay awake and who will stay asleep? These 3 days will pass just like every other day, unless you give them meaning, unless you give them power. Most people won't. Most people will miss it completely, and they won't even realize it. That's the tragedy. They'll wake up on August 2nd and do what they always do. Check their phones, scroll through noise, get lost in what doesn't matter. They won't feel urgency. They won't feel responsibility. They'll think it's just another Friday, but they'll be wrong, because these 3 days hold a chance, a small window, a sharp edge, and only the few who are awake will recognize it. Not everyone is meant to see it. That's just how it is. Most people are addicted to comfort. They say they want change, but they run from what change demands. They say they want freedom, but they refuse to discipline their mind. So they repeat the same days, the same thoughts, the same regrets. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are not designed for the majority. They are designed for the few who are as ready to break the pattern. If you want to be one of them, you must understand one thing clearly. These 3 days are your separation point. While the masses stay busy being distracted, you move in silence. You rise early, you stay focused. You put in the work, not for show, but for growth. Not to impress others, but to meet yourself at a higher level. Look around. Most people are asleep. They look alive, but inside they are numb, reactive, empty, waiting for a better time to begin. But that better time never comes. And so they delay their own greatness again and again. You don't have to live like that. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th can be the break in the loop, the disruption, the decision that says, I'm done being average. On August 2nd, your job is simple. Start strong. Not with noise, not with external validation. Start with clarity. Cut the unnecessary. Focus your time. Protect your energy. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being precise. Decide what matters. Eliminate what doesn't. From the moment you wake up on August 2nd, move differently. Don't copy the crowd. Don't follow their rhythm. Set your own. Then August 3rd arrives, and this is where people will crumble. The excitement of starting fades. The mind gets tired. Doubt begins to speak. But this is exactly where your strength is tested. Most people will give up on this day. They'll fall back into comfort. They'll say, I'll pick it back up next week. And just like that, they lose the momentum. They lose the opportunity. But you don't. If you are serious, you double down. You push harder. You move through the resistance, because that is where your next version lives, on the other side of the resistance, stuck. By August 4th, you will know who you are. If you've stayed consistent, if you've stayed committed, you will feel the shift. You will feel the mental clarity, the focus, the power, not because the world gave everything, but because you took control. You showed up when others were distracted. You stayed focused when others were drifting. You built strength while others wasted time. This is not about ego. This is not about being better than others. This is about being better than your former self. The one who used to delay, the one who used to wait for motivation, the one who used to say someday. That version of you cannot survive these 3 days if you're serious. It must be replaced by someone sharper, someone stronger, someone who does not need external permission to grow. Most people will miss all of this. They won't see what August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th really are. They won't feel the opportunity. They won't sense the urgency. They will sleep through it with open eyes, distracted, passive, repeating the same low frequency behaviors. And in a few weeks, they'll wonder why nothing changed. They'll say, I just need more time. But time without direction is useless. So what will you do with these 72 hours? Will you rise while others snooze? Will you build while others scroll? Will you stay awake while others live in autopilot? That's the real test, and only you can answer it. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need more motivation. You need a decision, a firm, grounded decision that says this is it. These 3 days will not be wasted, as I will not let the old version of me win again. I will not sleep through my potential. This is the gap that separates the committed from the casual, the focused from the lazy, the powerful from the average. It's not dramatic, it's not loud. It's in the quiet decisions, the silent routines, the choices no one sees. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are those choices. Make them count. Because while most people will sleep through these days, you will not. While most will stay the same, you will evolve. And while most will wait for the perfect time, you will realize it's already here. August 2nd. 3rd, 4th, these are not soft days. These are not meant to feel easy, light, or relaxing. These are not designed for comfort. These 3 days are built for rest pressure, for building something stronger inside you. If you are looking for convenience, you will miss the value. If you are chasing comfort, these days will pass you by. But if you understand the purpose of pain, then these 3 days will shape you in ways comfort never can. Growth has a cost. It's not free. It demands something real. August 2nd will ask for your energy. August 3rd will ask for your time. August 4th will ask for your will. And if you are not willing to pay with effort, with pain, with patience, then you are not ready to change. People want a better life, but they don't want to go through the process. They want results, not responsibility. But the truth is simple AF, as you only build something real when you move through resistance. Pain is not your enemy. It is your teacher. When you feel tired, but you still show up, there is your breakthrough. When your mind wants to quit, but you stay focused, that's your upgrade. And when your emotions try to distract you, but you remain disciplined, you are no longer the same. That's how transformation happens. Not through ease, through effort, through intensity, through struggle. August 2nd is the start, the beginning of the work. And work means real work, not planning, not thinking, not talking about goals. Action. Tired or not, ready or not. That's how you win. You move forward anyway. And the pain that comes, let it come. Don't avoid it, use it. Pain clears your vision. Pain strips away laziness. Pain exposes weakness and gives you a chance to remove it. Then comes August 3rd. The hardest day, the middle, this is where most people break because now it's no longer new. It's heavy. The motivation starts to fade. The soreness starts to build. The temptation to slow down becomes stronger, and this is exactly the moment that matters most. What you do on August 3rd reveals everything. It's easy to start, but can you keep going when nothing is easy anymore? This is the real test. To build something through discomfort, to accept that pain is part of the process, to stop avoiding what hurts and start chasing what builds. Because pain, when used correctly, becomes fuel, not suffering. Strength. Thus, you have to understand this. Every rep, every hour, every sacrifice during these 3 days is not lost. It's stored inside your body, inside your discipline, inside your future. Then August 4th arrives, the final push. This is where you choose comfort or completion. You've already come this far. You've already shown you're serious. But now the question is, will you finish with intensity or will you coast? Will you push through or will you settle? Your answer decides what momentum you take into the rest of the month. Finishing strong is not about doing more. It's about doing what's needed, even when it's difficult, especially when it's difficult. This is the point where you prove you're done with the old version of yourself, the version that used to quit early, that used to make excuses, that used to slow down when things got painful. Let that version die on August 4th and let something new rise in its place. These 3 days are a test of your relationship with pain. Do you run from it or do you let it reshape you? Do you numb yourself with distractions or do you face it head on and grow? If you want to change your life, you must change your habits. If you want to change your habits, you must change your response to discomfort. These 3 days give you the chance to train that response. So don't waste them. Don't water them down with easy choices. Don't soften them with comfort. Make them sharp. Make them count. Wake up early. Train your mind. Push your body. Clean your space. Finish your tasks. Fight your laziness, not for results today, but for strength tomorrow. These are the foundations of who you are becoming. Pain without purpose is suffering, but pain with purpose, that's transformation. You can build something meaningful in 72 hours, but not if you avoid the burn. You want a powerful August, then earn it with sweat, with silence, with effort that no one sees but you. That's how real growth begins. So remember, this August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are not ordinary. They are not easy. They are not meant to feel good, but they are meant to make you powerful. Walk into the discomfort. Embrace it. Let it burn away the weak parts of you. On the other side, something stronger is waiting. Something more focused, more grounded, more capable. You just have to get through the fire. Not everyone will. Most will avoid the pain and repeat the cycle, but not you, because now you know of comfort is a lie. Growth is in the struggle, sis, and these 3 days are your proof. August 2nd, 3rd, 4th. These are not just dates, they are a warning, a chance, a turning point. And inside each of these 3 days, there is a silent danger. Excuses, not loud, not obvious, but small, quiet lies you tell yourself. I'll start later. One day won't matter. I'm tired. I need rest. Harmless words, right? No, those are seeds of regret. And when you plant them during August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they don't disappear. They grow. Every excuse you make in these 72 hours becomes a memory you cannot erase. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you create a new version of yourself. It's a weaker version. And the problem is the mind remembers, the body remembers. The energy you carry into the rest of August will be shaped by how you behave during these 3 days. On August 2nd, you will feel the choice. It will come early, maybe as soon as you open your eyes. Will you get up immediately or will you delay? Will you move with discipline or will you drift? It seems small, but small choices have massive consequences. The way you treat August 2nd becomes the template for how you treat every other day this month. The pattern is set early. That's why you can't afford excuses on this day, not even one. One excuse opens the door for many. You skip your morning routine, you skip your workout, you delay your priorities. Suddenly, the day owns you. And once that happens, your mind becomes foggy, your focus weakens, and you fall back into the same cycle you swore you'd break. It all begins with one excuse. That's the danger of August 2nd. August 3rd doesn't make it easier. In fact, this is the day most people collapse because now the mind is louder. The body feels resistance. It will tell you, take it easy. It will whisper, you've done enough yesterday. It will tempt you with rest disguised as reward. But if you listen to that voice, you start building regret. Regret that doesn't arrive today, but later. Days, weeks, months from now. And when it comes, it's heavy. Regret is never about what happened. It's always about what didn't happen. The effort you didn't give, the chances you didn't take, the discipline you abandoned. You will remember these days. No, not for what you did, but for what you avoided. That is the bitter truth most people don't realize until it's too late. August 3rd is your test. This is where you face the internal war. Discipline versus excuse, as he says, and the outcome will shape how you walk into August 4th. If you break on the 3rd, the 4th becomes recovery, not momentum. But if you win on the 3rd, the 4th becomes your breakthrough. And then comes August 4th, the final day of this window. By now, many people will have already given up. They'll justify. They'll say, life got busy, or I needed rest. They'll try to sound wise, but deep down, they know what happened. They chose weakness. They chose excuses. And now they carry that weight. You don't want that. You don't want to look back and know you let yourself down when it mattered. You don't want to carry invisible regret into the rest of August. You want to close this 3-day window with clarity, strength, and no apology, no loose ends, no mental guilt, just clean, direct action. August 4th is your redemption or your repetition. Either you rise above your old patterns or you fall right back into them. But make no mistake, you are making a choices every hour, every moment. Every time you say yes or no to the hard thing, you are building either a strong future or a painful memory. Don't give your future self more regret to carry. He already has enough to deal with. He needs you to act now, not tomorrow. He needs you to silence excuses now, not later. These 3 days are not about massive transformation. They are about proving to yourself that you can stay true. 非去是 no matter how you feel the X, you don't control the outcome, but you do control the input, effort, presence, consistency. That's your job. And when regret shows up in life, it's always because effort went missing, because presence disappeared, because you gave in to small temptations that led to bigger delays. These 72 hours are your chance to interrupt that pattern. Most people will not use them wisely. They will say next time. But time doesn't owe you another chance, and growth doesn't wait for your comfort. Either you act with urgency, or you watch others pass you by. Either you make August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th the days you rose, or the days you disappeared into distraction once again. So here is the truth, Asaf, you will not regret pushing through pain, but you will always regret giving in to comfort. You will not regret waking up early, but you will regret the hours you wasted. You will not regret doing the hard things, but you will regret every excuse you made to avoid them. You have 3 days, not in the future. Now, August 2nd, 3rd, 4th, use them. Not perfectly, but fully. No more lies, no more stories, no more delays. Make a new pattern, build forward, so that when you look back at these dates, you don't feel regret. You feel as power. That's August 2nd, 3rd, 4th. These are not just days in your calendar. They are your mirror. They will show you exactly who you are. Not who you say you are. Not who you hope to become, but who you really are when no one is watching. These 3 days are going to confront you with a question that no one can escape. As are you honest with yourself? Because the most dangerous lies are not the ones you tell others. They're the ones you tell yourself. You say you want change, but do you act like it? You say you're disciplined, but do your choices prove it? You talk about your goals, but when it's time to move, do you hesitate? That's why these 3 days, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, matter more than you think. They will expose the gap between your words and your actions. You can't hide, not from yourself. And if you look closely, these days are going to show you one thing. Most of the suffering you feel in life is self-created, not because life is unfair, but because you delay. You avoid, you negotiate with your greatness. What does that mean? It means you know what needs to be done, but you choose comfort. You know the habits that are destroying your potential, but you keep repeating them. You know who you could become, but you keep settling for who you are now. And the reason, you lack the courage to be honest, truly honest, ruthlessly honest with yourself. August 2nd is your first chance to stop pretending, to look in the mirror and say enough. No more delay, no more compromise. Just 1 day of full presence, full effort, full truth. You owe that to yourself, not to anyone else, just to you. Because if you can't show up for yourself now, you'll keep falling every time life challenges you. And it will. again and again. The truth is, nobody is coming to save you in these 72 hours. Nobody is going to wake you up. Nobody is going to drag you into discipline. These days belong to those who are willing to wake themselves up, to drag themselves out of weakness, to fight their own laziness. That's what makes August 2nd so powerful. You don't need permission. You need action. August 3rd is where the pain starts. Not because life gets harder, but because your excuses get louder, your emotions rise. The resistance builds, your mind starts playing games. It tells you, you deserve rest. It whispers, you're doing better than most. And this is where most people break. They believe the story. They fall into self-pity. They become slaves to their own emotions. But you are not here to live like that. You are here to dominate your patterns. And that starts with radical honesty. Ask yourself, am I really doing my best? Or am I hiding behind fake effort? Am I really growing? Or am I just recycling the same comfort zones? If the answer hurts, good. Growth starts with pain, not physical pain, but mental discomfort. The pain of seeing your own laziness, the pain of confronting your wasted time, the pain of realizing that everything you complain about, you allowed. And the only way to fix it is stop lying, start acting. That's the power of August 3rd. It will test your ability to stay honest when it's hard, when you're tired, when you want to quit. And if you push through, something changes. You begin to respect yourself again. Not because you're perfect, but because you didn't run. And then August 4th arrives, the final day, the day of truth. Because by now, you've seen it all, resistance, fatigue, temptation. And the only question left is, did you stay honest? Did you hold the line? Did you give your full attention to what matters? Or did you escape? Did you distract yourself with comfort, or did you face yourself fully? This day will feel different depending on how you lived the last two. If you broke your promises, you'll feel regret. If you honored them, you'll feel power. And that power is not noise. It's silent. It's calm. It's the quiet confidence of someone who knows they kept their word, someone who didn't negotiate with their destiny, someone who stared weakness in the face and didn't blink. That's what this is all about. Not motivation, not hype, just discipline, just honesty, just action. Because in the end, you don't rise through comfort. You rise through clarity. And clarity only comes when you stop pretending. So use these 3 days wisely. Don't waste them explaining your potential. Show it. Don't talk about what's possible. Prove it. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are the gate. After that, the month moves fast. Life moves fast. And you either ride the wave or be crushed by it. Be honest, stay awake, show up fully, and make these 3 days the reason you never had to explain yourself again.